everybody. Most buyers think building a home is simple, right? Pick a floor plan, choose colors, then wait for it to be built. Easy.
Yeah, you think. But, and there's always a but.
Always.
The reality is new construction is a multi-stage process.
And I think we should discuss that today.
I think so too. There are many moving parts.
Let's discuss that also with them.
And many opportunities for delays and mistakes.
Big discussion today.
Yes.
Big discussion. As real estate agents, we want to set up expectations with our buyers. If you don't understand the process, you can't protect yourself during it. And this is where buyers get confused. And we're going to help alleviate that confusion today.
I hope so.
Me too.
Your first step is going to be choosing the community, the builder, and the lot.
It's a lot of choices.
Yeah. Well, it's a process.
Yeah.
When choosing a community, you need to decide, do you want an HOA?
Okay.
A lot of people hate HOAs. Mm-hmm. Does the community have the amenities that you would like? How close would you like your neighbor to be? Lot size is really important. Mm-hmm. Do you want to buy early in the development process? Deal with the construction for the next X amount of years? Are there animal restrictions? People don't know that that is actually a thing.
I agree. Those are really, really good questions.
Yeah.
So then after that, you're going to move on choosing your builder. Not all builders are the same.
No.
You have production builders. They're the builders who will make no changes. They only have packages. You're choosing from package A, B, C. You have semi-custom builders. They'll make some changes to the floor plan. Custom builders are going to do whatever you want from start to finish.
Right.
So you got to decide which one do you want.
Right.
Other differences or nuances that builders could have is the build timelines. Are they 5 months? Are they a year? Are they a year and a half? Warranty coverages aren't the same with all builders. The materials used aren't the same with all builders. What about the flexibility of your choices?
That's a big one.
That's big, really huge. That's not the same either.
Now, what about lot selection? It matters. Mm-hmm. Do you want an interior lot versus a preserve or water? What are the lot premiums in the developments? Sun exposure, which way is the house facing?
Yes.
Road noise. Is anything being built next to your lot or behind your lot? If you have preserve, is anything going to be, built there? Is there an easement? So there's a lot of thinking going into the lot choice.
That's a lot. That's a lot of lots.
That's a lot of lots. Do you want a corner lot? Do you want to be in the middle of the road? Mm-hmm. Do you want preserve? Like we said, there's a lot to think about.
And I think people think of easements as a downfall, but they aren't necessarily.
No.
Easements are what I consider free land.
Yes. Get a little more space.
Right. Instead of 15 feet between a house, you might have 25 or 30 feet because of the easement. I love easements. Yep. They're good. So the house matters, but the lot matters just as much. It's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
So then we're going to go to contract signing. So we made those choices. We kind of went over everything. You chose your builder. You chose your lot. We're done there with all that. So this is where you can lose leverage. So we're going to talk about some of these things.
Yep.
Builder contracts are not, and I'm going to repeat that, not standard real estate contracts. You want every single thing in writing.
Well, they're a book.
They are.
I mean, the contract is extremely long. It could be like 150 pages.
Yeah, it has every scenario possible is in that contract.
Right.
So, but if the builder tells you it's standard, we hear that a lot.
Yep.
It's standard. It comes with the house. That's great. Show me where it says that in the contract.
Right. And that happened to me.
Yes.
Yep.
It did.
Yep.
I think you should tell your story. It's a good example.
Well, a couple things with my house. We were told that 8-foot doorways were standard with the house. So it didn't need to be specified anywhere in the contract because I didn't see it anywhere in the contract. Turns out, nope, it's not. During framing, I, walked the house and saw, and they were not 8-foot doors. And when I called, the company, they said, no, those don't come standard. But at that point, we're already
too late.
Yeah, it's already too late.
Mm-hmm. I think you need to talk about your windows because this is something that it doesn't make sense. But here's where, again, we talk about everything needs to be in writing and it has to be exactly in writing. And you may think you're being a pain in the butt, but you are not. And this is a really good example.
And I'm a realtor.
Yes.
And I wish I had another pair of eyes to look it over, because you can't catch everything on your own. That's why it's so
can't.
important when you go to new construction, have somebody there with you, have a realtor representing you and your
Agree.
interests. But we also ordered with our house black windows, interior and exterior windows. On the contract, it did say black windows, but it did not specify inside and out.
But you would think black windows, black windows.
Right.
How would you know? You're not the builder.
Well, and we even had a
Right.
whole discussion with the site agent in text form, him asking, did we want interior black? We said yes, the whole thing. So I had it in writing, but it wasn't on the contract. And unfortunately, a text message isn't always...
A legal form of communication.
Yeah. So when they did install the windows, I noticed that they were black on the outside, but white on the interior. When I called them, they said, well, you said black windows and you have black windows. So anybody not working for the builder is never going to know what that code means.
Never in a million years. You're not going to have any idea.
Yeah.
And every item has a code.
So if you don't write it specifically exactly how you want it, you may not get it. Just be well aware of that.
Exactly. You have to, don't accept its standard as an answer. No. In the contract, where does it state that?
Right.
So before signing, you'll have to pick and commit to all your structural changes at that time. That's where all this is going to come into play. So what does this mean to you? You're probably not aware of this, but when you go visit a builder, you like the house or sign a contract, guess what you're going to have to decide right then and there? Ceiling heights, door heights. Do you want a tray ceiling? Do you want an extended garage? Structural design items like a fireplace, plumbing, sinks in the laundry, double sinks in any of the bathrooms, exterior elevation of the home. And I even had to choose at signing my color package for the outside at signing of contract. So you have to be prepared. The contracts are written by builder attorneys. They are going to favor the builder. So that's a big item there too. Favoring the builder. Hidden clauses. What about that?
That's a big one.
Let's talk about hidden clauses. I think that's one we can really discuss because we see it all the time. Especially during the pandemic that we just had. Mm-hmm. There are hidden clauses in the contract that never came into play before. During the pandemic, they did. And for instance, they were things like a builder has up to 2 years, in many cases on the contracts, to deliver your home. That is not typical, but it can happen in cases, hurricanes, COVID, things like that. It gives the builder time to deliver a home.
Material shortage.
Exactly. They're things out of their control typically.
Right.
So those hidden clauses are very, very important. Key items that you may not understand are completion dates are estimated. They are not guaranteed. And it says so in the contract. A builder will never give you a guaranteed date of closing. They can't. What about what about price escalation clauses? Mm-hmm. Again, that came in during COVID.
Yep.
We saw a lot of that.
We had quite a few of that.
Yeah.
People were not happy.
No, it's all, you went under contract, and in the contract, in the fine print, it may say they can raise the price by 20%, 10%, 15%, whatever, before completion.
That was a weird time.
It was a very weird time.
We've never really had that to worry about.
But it can happen because it caught a lot of people off guard.
Right.
And some people had lots that they were holding, and the builders took the lots out from under them because prices had changed so drastically, they realized they could get a lot more money for that lot.
Right.
And they literally said, you are no longer in contract under that lot. Now we are doing a bidding war for the lot. And that you may be under contract for a lot for $35,000. All of a sudden, a bidding war is doing $75,000.
Right.
You're never getting that lot. So we saw that. No, these things are in there. Mm-hmm. What about change order policies?
And the fees that go along with them. Yes.
Be aware.
Yeah.
Once you write your contract and choose your exterior or your
structural options.
Thank you. Structural selections. If you change anything, if they even allow you, there's a fee. It's typically around $500 for
Right.
every change.
At a certain point, though, you cannot. You can't change.
You can't.
Because they start ordering parts and
Yep.
materials and everything right away once you go under contract.
And it has to be submitted to the county and everything like
Right.
that. So be aware, change fees. So make sure you do these things ahead of time and really research.
Right.
Your cancellation rights. We get that question.
Sure.
So you don't really usually have much of a cancellation right, but this is per builder. Okay, we have seen builders keep your earnest money. We have seen builders give it back.
Right.
And it also is dependent on the situation with a lot of builders. If you just change your mind, they're not necessarily giving that money back. If you have a hardship, some builders are good with that. You have a hardship, they're going to give that money back and resell it.
Right.
Now, the caveat to that is if you made a lot of very custom changes.
I was just thinking that.
Yes. They may not give your money back because they're going to have a hard time selling that house. For instance, if you choose, and we've seen this, a red and black checkered floor with red and black tiles throughout your house. Colored cabinets of that choice that match that. A very diner retro vibe was that house.
Or even if you've designed the house because maybe you have elderly parents or in-laws that might be living with you, and
Yes.
you designed it to accommodate them. Anything like really niche or specific to your needs may be difficult for them to appeal to the masses if they needed to.
Exactly. I think that's a big caveat for the builders,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
The other thing is you wanting to push back closing.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. They're not going to do that.
No.
If they do, if it's by a couple days, they may. But we've had people wanting to push it back by months.
And depending on the situation.
Yes.
Right.
Just because it was convenient for them, no. Mainly because the builder needs to get that off their book. They're paying every day that they're sitting on that. So if you want to, we've had this happen. If you want to push it back, they may charge you per day that you do not close.
It's in the contract.
Say it again.
It's in the contract.
It is.
That 150-page contract that you don't want to read because nobody does.
So that's why we're just going to tell you about all these things right here.
Right. And an important thing is often the down payment that you put down is not refundable.
Right.
We just talked about that, which is a big deal to people.
Very
if it's a
big.
specific, like you said, some kind of hardship situation or even health situation, they may. But and they're pretty open about telling you how long you have before you change your mind where it's not going to be refundable. So make sure you ask those specific questions if you think that might happen to you.
I agree.
Yeah. So out of all of that, the takeaway,
Yes.
have your own agent. Have your own agent, bring them with you, somebody who has a lot of experience with new construction.
Mm-hmm.
Once you sign the builder contract, your leverage drops dramatically.
It's gone.
Yeah. Now to get into the financing and the builder preferred lenders and what that means to you.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah. So when you're signing the contract, you have the option of using your own lender or the builder's lender. Mm-hmm. Builders strongly encourage preferred lenders
Yes.
that they have. Why, do you ask? Well,
It's a good question. Why?
yeah. They can control timelines. They have faster approvals. They often give incentives that can't be matched by your own lender sometimes. So incentives with the builder could include closing cost credits. Okay, but don't think that you're going to get away scot-free. There are certain items that builders cannot pay. Mm-hmm. So you will have to pay something, but that'll all be discussed and explained. They do rate buy downs. I don't know if your lender would do that. And appraisals, which is a big one. Somehow, if you use the builder's lender, the house always appraises for that price.
Yep.
If you use your own,
Yep.
it's not 100%.
or may not.
That's something that, you could contend with.
So what's the caveat with appraisals?
Well, on a new build, guess what? If it doesn't appraise, you're still buying the home. You have to, right?
You brought in your own lender. That's not their fault. Their lenders know the value of their homes.
Right.
So,
Again, bring an agent with you.
yes, definitely bring an agent. Read the fine print. Yeah. So important reminders. The buyers, you can still shop lenders. appraisal clauses, long-term costs, not just monthly payment. Things make a difference. So don't just look at this rate and this rate. You got to add everything up. Sometimes it's better to have a lower interest rate. Sometimes it's better to have more closing costs. It really depends on your situation. What about construction timelines? They affect interest rates. Rates can change during the build. That's happened to both of us.
Oh, it has.
Your lock could expire and the house may not be done, or you may be forced to close even though a few things have not been fixed. But if the house has gotten its occupancy certificate, you can close. And they're going to make you close.
You have to close.
Right. And if your rate lock is up, you have to close anyway.
Right. You have no leverage at that point. None.
Yep.
Because if you're rate lock and you have a great rate, there's no choice.
There's no choice. You're just doing it. So the lowest payment today isn't always the best long-term deal.
Right.
Keep that in mind. And that's something the lender can go over with you. So moving on to one of our favorite parts, design center and upgrade selections. This is a very emotional phase. You as the buyer are very excited. HGTV has gotten your mind racing and you love all this stuff and you love their show and you're watching everything. In our opinion, the top 3 places that you want to spend your money and spend your upgrades before you get there is going to be flooring, cabinets, and countertops.
Agreed.
Those are expensive and they are a pain in the butt to tear out and do afterwards.
Yep.
Because the design center can be overwhelming to people, we offer our clients a spreadsheet of items that they're going to have to make decisions on. Some people don't realize the amount of items you're going to have to pick and choose. But more importantly, a lot of our clients don't even know that these things exist as choices.
Right.
So some of the things that we like to bring to your attention are, do you want a sink in the laundry room or garage or both? Oh, there's an idea. What about USB-C outlets?
That's a nice one.
I love having those. Washer and dryer hookups. Yeah, we know you have one of those. Do you want 2?
Maybe a second spare in the garage.
Yes.
Maybe one in the primary closet.
How much laundry do you do? What about pendant and sconce lightings in the primary suite? That could be great. If you had side tables, you might want a pendant light or sconce lighting. That's just a different look.
Right.
Outlet for a fridge in the pantry. Whole house generator outlets. Electric car charging stations. Waterfall countertops. Love them. Very expensive, but love them. A lot of these things are never mentioned because they aren't necessarily standard items.
Right.
But guess what? We have a full list of options we can provide all of you. Just comment list below and we'll send you that list of extra items you might not be thinking about. So let us know and we'll give you that.
Yep. And what buyers don't realize are upgrades are rolled into your mortgage. Okay. So you pay interest on them for decades. Cosmetic upgrades can usually be done later for much less. But if done after, they are paid separate and you don't necessarily get the full value in your home. You can replace a light fixture. You can't necessarily move a wall.
It's going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a major wall.
Right.
I'm not doing that. So what happens behind the scene when construction begins? If you haven't seen the video we did titled Why Skipping a Home Inspection on New Construction is a Huge Mistake, we recommend checking that out.
Yep.
That's going to talk all about this. It goes into detail about how the homes are built. It explains clearly about homes aren't built start to finish by one crew member. Usually there's 25 to 40 subcontractors involved. Crews rotate. You're going to have a crew for foundation, another one for framing, another one for roofing, another one for plumbing. I'm going to just keep going. Another one for electrical, another one for HVAC. So you're going to have lots of people in your house.
Right.
So builders are often managing hundreds of homes at once. And all this takes effect. But what about now delays too? Mm-hmm. Delays happen due to weather, material shortage, labor scheduling, inspections. So just know that construction is not linear. Progress comes in waves. And you'll have that happen. If you're visiting your house, you'll be like, nothing's done. And then poof, tomorrow,
right,
all the flooring's going to be in, cabinets are up, and you're like, what happened overnight? It happens that way.
And inspections is a big one. Inspections during construction, again,
Yep.
go watch our other video because we go into major detail with that. So some of the inspections that happen during the build would be like city inspections versus your private inspections. City inspections ensure minimum code only. So if it meets the minimum code, it's passing.
Yeah.
Whereas private inspections, they check the quality of the work. Recommended inspections that we like to recommend to our clients when we're assisting them by a new construction is do an inspection at slab, do a pre-drywall inspection, and there is something special that Heather and I do for our clients at the pre-drywall inspection that is a major plus for our clients.
Ask us about that.
Yeah,
We'll tell you.
comment and we'll tell you. A final inspection. So before you're closing, you're going to do a final inspection. And then one that people don't usually do or even think about.
Right.
So when you do new build, they're going to check on you at 12 months. At month 10 or 11, do another inspection. The house is going to settle. Things are going to change. Do an inspection because then when the builder comes back and checks on everything, you can go over any items that may come up on the inspection. Common issues that are found are missing insulation. We've seen that multiple times. Improper wiring on my house. Plumbing leaks on your house.
My house, yep.
Framing concerns. So a lot could happen. So do your inspections. I know it costs money to get these inspections done, but it's going to save you thousands of dollars later.
Does.
Builders may say inspections aren't needed, but do not listen. Buyers absolutely should still get them.
Agree.
Yeah.
100%.
New does not always mean perfect.
No, it does not.
Keep that in mind.
Yep. So what about walkthroughs and punch lists? Builder walkthroughs is what?
Punch list.
Why are you punching me? Builder walkthroughs happen near completion. So the purpose of this walkthrough is to identify cosmetic issues, note repairs. Punch list examples are paint touch-ups, scratches, cabinets, doors, trim. This may be something that you've heard referred to as a blue tape walkthrough.
Right.
We blue tape the house with all these punch list items. Sometimes it looks like the house has chicken pox. Not all items are going to be fixed before closing. Sometimes it cannot happen. Maybe your porcelain sink is scratched. New one's got to be ordered. That may not be in
Right.
before closing. So some items are going to be scheduled after closing. That's okay. Make sure it's, what have we said? In writing. Make sure it's in writing that these things, and when are they going to be done? Don't think of them caveat to just do it whenever. When is this going to be done?
Right.
So you just have to remember that this walkthrough is not an inspection. It's just a visual review. It's not inspection. You're just going through and checking those little visual items. I don't know why we want to do a visual.
Well, now getting to the actual closing. Remember, the builder chooses the title company. The closing dates are often estimated. You're never going to get a specific date from a builder, not until it's way closer to the time of completion. And delays are common. Okay. Buyers should review closing disclosures carefully. Confirm incentives were applied the way that they were told they would be.
Correct.
Verify upgrades are correct. And know that you're not in control of the closing date.
You are
You
not.
cannot dictate to the builder when you want to close. You cannot push back the date or use it as leverage. They can charge you for every day you delay closing. Closing is usually pretty fast with a
Right.
builder, faster than a resale. At closing, your job is verification, not negotiation. A lot of people want to still negotiate, but that's not
That
the time
time is
for it.
over.
Yes.
So what about life after closing? No one tells you guys this. The home settles in the first year. It's going to. Here in Florida, we have sandy soil. It's going to settle. So you're going to see nail pops. You're going to see cracks. You're going to see minor shifting. That's okay. That's going to be at that 11-month that Danielle just talked about. We're going to bring that up, put that on the list, get all those things fixed. Builders typically have warranties 30 days, 60 days, and 1 year. And then, of course, your foundation warranty, which could be 10 years. But remember, every builder has different warranties. Okay? A lot of buyers miss their deadlines. Know the deadlines. Know what they are. Know what they cover. Everything, again, must be documented in writing. Must have a paper trail. Nothing can be done verbally. Have to have it in writing. So the warranty clock starts ticking the day we close, so we want to make sure we pay attention to all those deadlines, especially when it's the deadline to extend warranties.
Right. And remember that 11-month warranty inspection. They're going to come out, they're going to review everything. We like to tell people, and this is, this inspection at 11 months is one of the most overlooked steps, but we like to tell people when you move in, put a pad somewhere that's easily accessible, maybe inside the pantry.
Yes.
And keep a running list of items so this way you don't forget. Then you have an inspector come out. Inspectors can identify structural concerns, HVAC issues, drainage problems, foundation movement. Yeah. After that, you're responsible.
It's all yours.
This inspection alone, like we said earlier, can save you thousands of dollars later.
It's worth every penny. It really is. Do them all. So building a home can be amazing. We've both done it. We've helped quite a few of our clients build, but it's not passive. Education protects buyers, but so do realtors. And we are your realtors. The more information you have and the more informed you are, the smoother it's going to go. So if you're considering building, we are Team Heather and Danielle. We help buyers navigate every step from lot selection to closing so nothing falls through the cracks. We attend everything. And we video a lot of things.
We do.
If you have experienced buying a new construction home, let us know in the comments what your experience was like. Was it horrible? Did you love it? Did it go smoothly? Are you still dealing with issues? We'd love to hear your stories too.